Going on, guys? And today we're going to talk about that absolute embarrassment on the grand stage last night by the Steelers. It was just so embarrassing. So let's start off as usual. We'll start off with the stats. Mitch Trubisky, 20 for 32, 207 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Najee Harris rushed for 15 for 15 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Absolutely insane touchdown by him for that first run. Jaylen Warren had 4 for 30. Chase Claypool had 1 rush for 11. Mitch Trubisky had 2 rushes for 7 yards and a touchdown. And then moving on, we have Deontay Johnson, who had 8 receptions for 84 yards. Pat Freiermuth with his only 2 receptions in the final 2 minutes, at 2 for 41. George Pickens, 3 for 39, with an absolutely amazing grab. That grab was just one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Chase Claypool, 3 for 35. Najee Harris, 3 for 5. And Jaylen Warren, 1 for 3. And then defensively, we have Myles Jack leading the team in tackles with 7, followed by Devin Bush with 6. Alex Highsmith with 6 and 1.5 sacks. Cam Sutton with 5. Half a sack for Larry Ogunjobi. And yeah, that's going to be about it for the Steelers. And we have the Browns. We have Jacoby Brissett, 21 for 31, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nick Chubb, 23 carries for 113 yards, a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 12 carries for 47 yards. Jacoby Brissett, 3 for 11. And this is where things went bad. Mari Cooper, 7 for 101 yards and a touchdown. David Njoku, 9 for 89 and a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 3 for 14. DPJ, 1 for 10. And then defensively for the Browns, John Johnson led the team in tackles with 5. Denzel Ward also had 5. Grant Delpit had 4. Isaac Rochelle had 4. Anthony Walker, who left the game early with injury, and as of recording, it looks like it's going to be a quad tear, so it looks like his season is done, had 2. Deion Takitaki had 2. And Myles Garrett, the best edge rusher in the league, had only 2 assisted tackles, nothing else. It was bad for him. But yeah, this game was just rough. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't blame the defense for this game. I think the offense is to blame, and I don't want to blame Mitch Trubisky yet. I want to fully blame Matt Canada. His play calling is so bad. He has Mitch only look for Deontay or Chase Claypool. George Pickens is never involved. He's always wide open, ready to go, and Matt Canada just refuses to give George Pickens the ball. George Pickens showed last night that he could actually play really well, but he just refuses to get the ball given to him. There's no way else to explain it. Matt Canada is easily one of the worst offensive minds we've ever seen in the NFL as an offensive coordinator, and if we had a competent offensive coordinator, the Steelers would have won this game. And another thing I want to talk about is Mitch is not great. Nobody's saying Mitch is great, but he's not as bad as people are acting like. People are acting like Mitch is the worst quarterback to ever play the game, which of course he's not going to be great, but he's not that bad, guys. He was in 3 games with the Steelers. He has a 60% completion percentage for almost 600 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Yes, his passer rating is on the low end, but last night he got an 81.1 passer rating, which is better than what he had. When he played the Patriots, he had a 73.8, and against the Bengals, he had a 78.2. And currently, he puts his average at a 77.7. But overall, he's not terrible, guys. And the calls for Kenny Pickett are insane. Taking a look at the Steelers' upcoming schedule, I don't want Kenny Pickett to play any of the next 6 games. Okay, debatably, he could play against the Saints, and I think he would be fine. But I don't think that having Kenny Pickett play against the Jets would do anything. He would have a great game against the Jets, and then be bad against the Bills, Buccaneers, Dolphins, Eagles. Like, I don't understand what they want. The Eagles, Dolphins, and Bucks have some of the best secondaries in the league. The Bills, as of right now, it appears that their secondary is a little bit banged up, but yeah. And then moving on, after the Saints game, we have the Bengals, the Colts, the Falcons, the Ravens come home, the Panthers, the Raiders come to the Steelers, we play the Ravens, and then the Browns come to play the Steelers. And I get it, like, he's 24, but I don't think that we need to jump the gun right now. I think keeping Mitch to play to let Kenny develop a little bit behind him, just a little bit more, because they play fairly similar. So I think Kenny will be a lot better than Mitch is. I think that throwing him in right now is just a waste it's going to be a waste of Kenny. And I get it, Steelers fans want to see him. We didn't know what to do when it came to quarterback with the retirement of Ben, who looked bad the last 2 years. Guys, let's be real, he looked bad. I don't know who thinks that Kenny Pickett starting would be a good idea? I don't trust the Buccaneers game unless all they have is Mike Evans, and then, things might be a little bit better for the Steelers there if the offense can do literally anything. Bills, it's gonna be a loss. The Dolphins is gonna be a loss. Eagles could be a win. Saints could be a win. I don't know. I think that the season is fairly winnable, and people acting like it's not are just crazy. Yes, the Steelers are 1-2 right now and should probably be 0-3, but let's just say the Steelers beat the Jets, lose out every other game until the Bengals, so that puts them at 2-7, and then they could win out here, starting with the Bengals. So you have 5. Yeah, like I don't think that this team is going to be having like a 10-win season or an 11-win season or anything, but I don't see this team being as bad as people are acting like. Everyone's acting like the Steelers are going to have a top 5 pick, which is just insane. Just looking at the schedule after the Saints game, and depending on who's playing at quarterback during the Saints game, because as of recording this, Jameis Winston is currently battling I think it was 4 fractures in his spine. So, yeah, I just overall feel like that there's so many overreactions about this team, and it's really fucking annoying. Sorry for swearing, but it's really annoying because I get it, the fans are toxic, but all I hear on Twitter, on Facebook, and all I see from anyone is the Steelers are bad and Mitch is bad and we need to start Kenny Pickett. Dude, throwing a QB in way too early will ruin the QB's career. Look at Daniel Jones. Look at Mitch Trubisky before, other than everything else. Carson Wentz, debatably as well, because he was fine until the ACL tear. I don't want to start a quarterback too early, but I'm very nervous that things are gonna just not work out the way that Steelers fans want, and then everyone's gonna be making fun of them. And whatever, if people want to make fun of Steelers fans, it's fine. But acting like this team needs to start Kenny Pickett now is insane. Nobody expected this team to go to the playoffs this season. Yes, the defense is bad, but you have to blame the offense. And you see all these media narratives about people talking about how the defense is underwhelming. Yes, the defense is going to be underwhelming. They played 63 snaps against the Bengals, 60 snaps against the Patriots, and 72 against the Browns last night. That's going to be tiring for a team. And they don't have TJ Watt, who takes most of the attention away. So of course the defense is going to play bad. When you're always on the field and you don't have your best player to take off the edge, it's going to be bad. But yeah, overall, I just feel like that this team is in a decent spot right now. I'm not disappointed by it. Everyone else wants Kenny Pickett to start, but I don't want him to start yet. I think having him start against the Bengals and maybe even go as far as starting against the Colts or the Falcons will be great because those teams are just bad, but I'm expecting a couple losses after the Jets. The Bills, Buccaneers, Dolphins, and Eagles games are going to be very, very, very difficult for the Steelers. And yeah, overall, that's about all I got, guys. I don't know. I think we just need to stop worrying about Mitch. Obviously, he's not great. He's not the answer either. Nobody expects him to be the answer. If we expected him to be the answer, then we would have signed him to a longer deal than 2 years. And yeah, that's about all I got for today's video. See you guys later. Take it easy.